Hello everybody, my name is Caitlin and you're watching Likeable Cocktails. On this episode of One Bottle Bartender, we're going to be working with rum. Now rum is my favorite category of spirits, maybe because I have a sweet tooth and it's made from sugarcane, or maybe because it's in some of my favorite tropical drinks. But today, we're going to be focusing on two classic cocktails you can make with a bottle of rum at home. Now the first cocktail we're going to be focusing on is called the Mojito. The Mojito is such a fun, light, bright, refreshing cocktail that anybody can easily make at home. Now for me personally, I like to use a lighter style rum in my mojitos, but the choice is yours. If you have an aged rum, a spiced rum, a white rum, you can use any of those. To make things even easier for us today, we're going to be building and making and serving our drink in a mason jar. So the first ingredient you're going to need for your mojito is rum, of course. And with that, you're going to use 1.5 ounces, or 3 tablespoons. We're going to need about 1/2 ounce of simple syrup for this cocktail. Now if you like it a touch bit sweeter, you can add a little bit more. That won't do any harm. Now for our third ingredient, we're going to need some lime juice. But instead of just using the juice, what we're going to do is actually cut our lime in half and quarter it and use the entire piece. Now once you have your lime into 4 small pieces, what we're going to do is squeeze them individually into our mason jar on top of the rum and the simple syrup and add the entire piece of lime into the jar. Now for our fourth ingredient and the most important ingredient to a mojito is fresh mint. So what you want to do is take 3 full sprigs, tearing off just the bottom leaves, keeping the tops for your garnish for later, and add them straight into your jar. Now before adding our mint, what we want to do is just give it a light tap. We don't want to over muddle it to make the flavors bitter. We just want to open up all those aromatics. Now to this, all we have to do is add some ice and shake it up. What I love about making this drink in a mason jar is that you can actually serve it right in here. So what I'm going to do is just add a touch more ice, and for our 5th and final ingredient, top it up with about 2 ounces of soda water. Now give that a quick mix around. Add a piece of your mint on top as a garnish, and you're ready to serve. There you have it, your mojito, ready to drink. Cheers! Now follow along with me as we switch gears to a little bit more of a tropical cocktail, the Piña Colada. Now the Piña Colada isn't just a drink you can get on vacation. You can easily make one at home. I personally love this drink any time of year. Whenever I'm drinking it, I feel like I've been whisked away to some beach in some tropical location. So let's get started. Now personally, I like to use a little bit of a darker rum in my Piña Colada. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using Zacapa, made in Guatemala from virgin sugarcane honey. It's going to go perfect with the pineapple and perfect with the coconut. So I'm going to use about 1.5 ounces of Zacapa rum. Now for our next ingredient, we're going to be using some coconut milk. Now I suggest using a full fat coconut milk because it really stands up in the drink. So I'm going to use 2.5 ounces of coconut milk. Now for our next ingredient, to make it a true authentic pina colada, we need pineapple. I will be using some frozen pineapple, but you can use fresh or canned. But I would suggest giving it a quick freeze before you use it in your cocktail. Now I would suggest using about 8 to 10 small chunks of pineapple. Now to this, you want to add a touch of acidity. So what I'm going to do is juice a half of a lime straight into my mixing glass. Now last but not least, we're going to add a little bit of ice to our glass here so we can blend it up and serve. Now to get that smooth, creamy, icy finish, we're going to blend this up. So I've actually made the entire cocktail here in my NutriBullet. If you have a blender at home, that will work just as fine. If you don't have anything to blend up your drink, you can shake this, and I would suggest serving it over crushed ice. So let's give it a blend. Now make sure not to over blend your pina colada because you want that nice thick milkshake-like consistency. So we're gonna pour this into a glass and serve it up. Now serve it with a reusable straw and maybe an umbrella on top, and you're whisked away to a tropical vacation in a glass. You have yourself a pina colada. Now these are two really easy recipes you can make at home using a single spirit. So make sure you hit like and hit follow and continue on this journey of one bottle bartending with likable cocktails. Cheers!